All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Sorry for the delay, the commercials. We were getting everything set up. I am Shift, and I am not joined with Vroom today, as I usually am. He is actually competing in today's comp, so you guys be sure to root for him down in the comment section for us. And we are at Riga today, but it's FIA Riga. It's not the normal one that everybody is used to. It has a little tiny extension to it, extra 2 outer zones, which actually add an extra bit of excitement to the track, I think, and it's going to make for a very interesting comp today. Now, I'm going to give you guys a quick flyby of the track. Here is the run up to the first outside zone, the blue line on initiation. First outside zone, like I said, it's just like regular Riga or Biker Nikki, whichever one you guys prefer. To this outside touch and go here, to the inside clip, to the outside touch and go right here. Flick all the way across the track to this outside touch and go right here to a pretty big decel zone. Drivers are able to decel from this white line all the way up until about this crack in the wall here where the tire wall ends, and then back on power for this outside zone here, throwing lots of angle, coming in with lots of speed as well. But lots of angle through this section here to that outside touch and go to this outside touch and go across the track. Then they flick back across to set themselves on this wall for a pretty long and very challenging wall ride, actually. The zone is not the biggest. Drivers do their best to get as far as they can into it, but the zone is not big at all, and it definitely makes it challenging. And then about midway through, they have to really slow up to make sure that they are maintaining enough angle and speed to stay on line through this into the zone here. So they come up to the end right about here, right where this white line stops right there. And then they will be driving back to the start line to do their second run. They will not be resetting back to pits to do their second one. But anyway, I hope you guys are excited as we are today, and we are going to get them underway. I'm going to hop in, let the judges know that we are ready to go, and we will get this competition started. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and be sure to leave a like and a comment below. Let us know what track you want to see us do next, and maybe not next, but just sometime in the future that you'd like to see us run. You know, before we start, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors and partners. PDS, our partner, you see down in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, Pure Drift Series. Their street pack, like I always say, is already finished. They are just trying to get some staff to start doing their competitions. They may do an update to their street pack since we just did an update to ours. And then they're still currently working on their pro pack. So just be sure to keep an eye out for them coming in the future for their competitions as well. They will be on our offset weeks, so that way you guys will have a competition every week to watch once they get underway. And then ATDT, our longest sponsor, Asphalt Tattooist Drift Team, Team BDB, great group of guys. They also just released a car pack, so you guys be sure to head over to either our Discord or BDB's Discord and download their street pack and give them a try and let them know what you think. Great group of guys, love them to death. Team Kumidori, who used to do competitions, not sure if they still are or not, but also a good group of guys. Be sure to slide to their Discord and hang out with them, talk with them, and see what they got cooking up coming in the future. And then Atlanta Speedworks, who is a race shop here in Dawsonville, Georgia. They do grip racing, and they have mainly Porsches and stuff like that, but big shout out to them as well for sponsoring us and being a part of our community. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this competition started. I'm going to tell the judges we are ready to go, and it's pretty much it. You know, like I said, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing what the outcome of the competition is today. All right, guys, we are ready to go. All right, well, we should be getting the drivers going here soon. All right, we got our first battle to the line. We got Mikko going against DJ. Both drivers in the Supra. And here we go. They are off. Mikko in the lead. DJ in the chase. Mikko with a big initiation. DJ a little bit far behind. Needs to catch back up. Mikko on a solid line here so far, though. DJ maintaining that same proximity. Oh, surging up hard there. Taking a little bit of angle out to kind of catch back up to him. But very good job on DJ's end. Mikko with a really, really solid line here. Putting that car right where he needs to. DJ getting as close as he can to him. DJ sitting on his door, but Mikko here with a great line, great wall ride. Wow, what a run from these two drivers. What a way to start the competition. Love it. God, I miss this so much. All right, drivers are getting flipped around back at the line here. Sometime in the near future, hopefully for the next comp, I will have the replays set back up since we are having the drivers drive back around to the start line, giving you guys something to view while they are driving back. We're waiting for the drivers to get going here for their second run. But like I said, replays coming back soon. Like I said, hopefully next comp. But here we go. They are going for their second battle here. DJ in the lead this time. Mikko in the chase. Mikko about the same distance as DJ was back for the first time. DJ with a really good initiation all the way through that first zone there. Mikko catching back up a little bit. Same spot DJ did. DJ also putting down a really good line right on the edge of that rumble strip there. Wow. Pretty much ideal lead runs from these two guys. DJ, going into the wall, coming out of the zone a little bit, but he holds it together and he goes out off the track right before the finish. And that, unfortunately, may be his demise as the drivers line up to see who the winner will be of this battle. DJ needs to go to the other side of the driver model here, and the winner is Mikko. So Mikko will advance to round 2 in the top 16, and unfortunately DJ will be eliminated. But what a battle that was. Wow, all the way until the very end. Very unfortunate for DJ. I hate to see it, but that's drifting. Anything can happen. Just a slight wall tap, took him out. That's as Jim Carrey would say, that is the way the cookie crumbles. In case you guys have never seen Bruce Almighty. Here we go. We got our next battle up. We got Taryn against Good Lad. Taryn in the 400Z. Good Lad in the Mustang. Let's see what these two drivers can do. Oh, sorry for the weird drone cam angles there. But here we go. Drivers are off. Taryn in the lead of that 400Z. Good Lad in the Mustang in the chase. Taryn with a pretty solid initiation there. Oh, Good Lad with a huge mistake getting on that rumble strip, and these rumble strips here are not forgiving. Very unfortunate for Good Lad, but he's trying to get back online here. Drone camera is not wanting to work with me at all today. Oh, and Taryn hitting the wall. Huge error there from Taryn's end. Wow, putting his bumper right in the wall, though, on the wall ride. Good Lad doing his best to hold it together as they make their way across the line. And drivers will make their way back to the start line, get flipped around, and we will be off again. I love this track so much. You guys, tell me what you think down below in the chat of what you guys think about this track. I know Biker Nikki is a pretty much a fan favorite in Assetto, but lots of people do not like FIA Riga. Me personally, I love it. All right, drivers back at the line, getting flipped around here. All right, drivers are lined up. Taryn, low glitchy boy as always. And here we go, drivers are off. All right, here we go. Good Lad with a pretty good initiation. Looked like he might have been a little late. Taryn doing his best to catch back up. Good Lad a little wide there. Taryn making contact with Good Lad. making him lose all sorts of control on that Mustang. Both drivers being able to hold it together, though. Good lad missing some zones. Let's see what he's able to do across the line here on the wall right. Taryn with a huge straight and resetting back to pits, and that, unfortunately, is going to do it, I think, for Taryn. Judges were pretty... they made it very clear that we do not want to see the drivers reset back to pits unless absolutely necessary. So as we wait for the judges to make the call, I don't know if Taryn's going to drive back over here or not, but there we go. There you have it. Seems as though Good Lad will get the win. Doing some celebratory donuts here. Well, maybe just one. Yes, I know I need to get a bracket set up. I was trying to use the bracket that we use, being able to show you guys, but it's super weird, and in order for it to work, there's a couple steps I got to take, and in order to keep it full screen for you guys to see it the way you would want to see it, it just kind of causes problems, not causes problems on my end, but it just makes it a little more difficult, and I would have to keep that window full screen, which I kind of can't do due to having other applications open such as OBS and Discord for the competition. So hopefully I will get that settled soon, even if I have to make the bracket myself and update it as we go. But just something else I need to get going here in the future. But anyway, we're gonna get our next battle underway. We got we got Shmay from Team Concept, CNDS, and we also have Dinsey in the Mustang, or Shmay is in the Mustang, Dinsey is in the C5. But here we go, drivers are off. Got Shmay in the Mustang out in the lead, Dinsey in the chase in the C5. Shmay putting down a really good lead line here. And the Mustang, Dinsey needing to catch back up. And Dinsey with a huge spin. And that is going to give him a 0 for his chase run, unfortunately. Shmay making his way to the end of the line here, or the end of the run here. A little late getting to that zone. Very difficult wall ride, I know. Makes it really easy, though. Or it makes it easier if you get on the wall really, really soon. Versus waiting until right when the zone starts to get on the wall. All right, drivers are coming back to the line. I believe this is the bracket. Go ahead and turn the volume up one click. Seemed as though it was a little quiet last run. But here we go. Drivers are flipped around back at the line. We got Dinsey in the lead this time in the C5 and Shmay in the chase in the Mustang. And here we go. They are off. Seems like there's no sound coming from the C5. Not quite sure why, but there is none. Oh, and Dinsey with an over rotation in the lead. And I believe that is going to be the nail in the coffin for him. He was saying before that he wasn't able to get a lot of practice. So that could very well be why. But Dinsey's going to park it. And Shmay's going to go around him. Dinsey's going to drive around to the driver model for the judging decision to be made. As Shmay makes his way to the end of the line. And they line up to see who the winner is. Seems as though Dinsey reset back to pits. Oh. Thought he did. Oh, no he didn't. He is right there. All right, so as we wait for the judges to make a decision. Then she lines up on the left side. Shmay lining up on the right. There you have it. Shmay will take the win. I wonder what happened to the sound of the C5. It was working perfectly fine last night. So Very unfortunate. I'll have to look into that. Something else I got to look into. But all right, here we go. We got Dave against Stoner Monk next. Here we are. Drivers are at the line already. Dave in that GT86 and Stoner Monk in that ER34. Dave will give chase first. Stoner Monk, or Dave will give lead first. Stoner Monk will give chase. Here we go. Drivers are off, making their way down the run-up. Good initiation there from Dave, all the way out to the edge of the track. Stoner Monk even further out to the edge of the track. Getting a little bit of lag spikes here, unfortunately. Dave putting on a really solid lead run here, barely making it out to the outside zone there. Stoner Monk, though, not too far behind, making contact with the wall. Stoner Monk straightening up hard, having to reinitiate his drift. Very unfortunate for him, but Dave with a pretty solid lead run overall. Nothing to complain about there. Very good run from Dave. Good chase from Stoner Monk as well, other than the contact with the wall. You hate to see it, you know, especially when you know how much practice and time these guys put into the competitions. You know, we set the servers a week before for guys to come out here and really learn the track, learn the line, get tunes for their cars and everything. And you hate to see it when you know that they're putting in all that work for this day here, for the day of the competition. All right, here we go. Drivers flipped around. Get my camera locked on to Stoner Monk here. And here we go. They are off. All right, Stoner Monk initiates. Dave not too far behind. Oh, Dave going over the rumble strip, going a little wider than Stoner Monk did there. Dave missing that outside zone completely. Oh, and then Dave over-rotating. Very unfortunate. Stoner Monk holding it together, though, as they come to this last outside wall ride here. Stoner Monk not really in the zone at all and hitting the wall, but he looked like he might have kept his drift. Gonna be very interesting call to see what the judges have to say about this. As you know, just in case it is the outcome of this battle here, 2 hands up means OMT. So if you see 2 hands go up on the driver model, then that is what that means, as we wait for the judges to make a call to see who the winner will be. Both these cars on the purple and white liveries. Very good looking cars. Oh, and there we have it. Dave is going to be the winner. All right. Our next battle is going to be Ray Ruiz against Tip of the Queue. But that is actually going to be it for Group A. Group B will come in now. And Ray Ruiz and Tip of the Queue will be the first battle of Group B. We're going to have Ray Ruiz, Tip of the Queue, Similac, Wolfie, or Jay Eden, as you guys will see his name. Ben and Time Flies will be in Group B. They will make their way to the server. And as soon as the last one joins, that will be when we will start sending the drivers for Group B. Like I said, thank you guys so much for joining us today. Be sure to drop a like down below and leave a comment. Tell us what you guys think. Tell us how we can improve. Tell us what tracks you want to see. If you are a drifter yourself in Assetto, then be sure to join the Discord and, you know, start getting some doors with us. Seems as though there's a couple cars that have no sound Not quite sure what's going on with that, because if I do believe correctly, the Supra had sound on the first run. So there's something definitely weird going on. I'm not quite sure what the issue is, but we will definitely get that sorted out before the next competition. We'll follow some of the drivers here as they make their way around the track for some practice runs. Here we go. We'll follow Similac in the Supra and Ray Ruiz in the GT86. Similac putting down a really great run here. Practice run, that is. Oh, and Ray Ruiz making contact with him, just not quite getting off his door early enough. Oh, giving a little bump there in the pits. All right. Shouldn't be too much longer here, and drivers will be lining back up to start the battles for Group B. And now the Supra has sound. I am not positive what's going on. Assetto, it can be very weird like that sometimes. So, like, giving him a bump on the door right across the line. All right. Like I said, drivers should be going here very soon for Group B. Like I said, it's going to be Ray Ruiz against Tip of the Queue and the very first battle of Group B. And then next will be Similac against Wolfie, or like I said, Jay Eden, as you will see his name in Assetto. And then we have Ben against Time Flies. And that'll be it for Group B. Ben being super aggressive in the practice run. I know that S14 is really gripped up around this track. Ben really good in that outside zone there, giving a little wall tap. Oh man, I love comp days. I look forward to this all week. See which drivers come out here and outperform others who put in more practice, who has the best line. We find out by the end of the day. It seems as though our first battle might be underway. Nope. Still waiting on some drivers to join in, I presume. Wolfie in the S15, first driver today in the S15. I know I was following him a little bit in practice, and he has that S15 hooked up. Oh, going a little wide there. Man, drone camera is being super weird today. I do not know what is going on with it, but we'll make it work. We always do. All right, here we go. Our first battle of Group B is about to be underway. We got Ray Ruiz in the lead in the GT86 against Tip of the Q in the chase in the Mustang. Here we go. They are off, making their way down the straight. Ray Ruiz initiates, tip of the queue, a little far behind, making up some ground here. He's going to really have to either cut a lot of track. Yep, that's exactly what he did. Cutting that clip. Oh, making contact with Ray Ruiz, but Ray Ruiz holds it together. Big corrections there from both drivers. Ray Ruiz making corrections after contact. Tip of the queue, just trying to make some ground up. Surging hard on Ray Ruiz towards the end of the track. There we go as drivers make their way back to the start line and get flipped around. All right, tip of the queue will give lead this time. Ray Ruiz will give chase. Drivers lined up, ready to go, waiting for that light to go green so they can make their way down this run up. All right, here we go. Tip of the queue initiates. Oh, looks like a late initiation from tip of the queue, but Ray Ruiz also going wide and going off track. Like I said, and then tip of the queue with a straighten. So it's looking as if the judges got the judge just off the first run here. Making contact with the wall there, straightening up again. Tip of the queue did. Oh, and then hitting the wall and then completing. And that is going to do it for this second run here. The judges now have to make a decision to send them one more time or to judge just off the very first run. We wait for the decision. And there we go. Ray Ruiz is going to take it. He will move on. Very unfortunate for tip of the queue. But he will be eliminated. Up next, we're going to have Similac against Jay Eden or Woofy, whichever one you want to call him. Here we go. They're making their way to the line. Similac in the Supra and Jay Eden in the S15. Both drivers very fast, very good drivers. So we shout, oh, and the server is resetting. Well, that is unfortunate. Let me hop over and let them know that I am sorry about that.
Restarting.
Sorry, I did not reset the time for the server. That's my bad. All right. Well, when it resets, we should be good to go, though.
You fucking noob.
Sorry. All right. My apologies, everybody. Very unfortunate. But that's a Seto. That's not a Seto. That's all my bad, actually. It has nothing to do with the Seto. I just forgot to reset the duration of the server time when setting up the server for the competition today. We use this server as well for practice in our own private cars. And I set the time to only like an hour or two, I think it was. So my apologies for that again. But here we are, we got 10 seconds left and the drivers will be making their way back to the line. And hopefully it won't be a factor for the rest of the day. Maybe if it has to reset again at some point today, then we'll just let the drivers get some practice runs in before it resets, and then we will wait for it to reset before we send them again. All right, we're waiting for it to reset now. Countdown has reached 0. Not quite sure why it has not reset yet. Oh, and it kicked me from the server. Great. All right. Well, gotta rejoin now. Sorry, guys. Just all my bad. All my bad. I'm gonna take blame for it. I did not, all because I didn't set the time. So my apologies. We will be underway here again very shortly. It kicked me from the server, so I'm sorry. I'm rejoining now though. All right, here we go. We are back in business again. I apologize again sincerely for that. It will not happen in the next comp, I promise, or any of the future comps. Like I said, we use this server as practice for private cars, and I forgot to reset the time. But here we go. We got Similac and we got Jay Eden back at the line, and here we go. We are underway for the next battle. First battle, or second battle of Group B, I'm sorry. Similac initiates Jay Eden not too far behind. Jay Eden sucking right up on his door. Oh, Similac missing an outside touch and go. Pretty good through that inside clip. Jay Eden doing a very good job sticking close to him, even missing a couple of those zones or just coming up a little short in them. But Similac doing a pretty decent job overall in the lead. Jay Eden doing a really great job in the chase. Wow. And like I said, both these drivers are super, super gripped up, really fast. I know it's hard to tell right now since they're going against each other, but just wait till you see one of them battle somebody else. Well, the other guy might be gripped up as well. I don't know, but I do know that these guys are very, very, very fast. Definitely got a lot of grip in their cars. Here we go, drivers flipping around. Jay Eden will give lead this time as Similac will give chase. And they are off. Here we go. Jay Eden with a big initiation. Similac falling over behind. Oh, Jay Eden going a little bit off track there, putting one tire off track, going wide there as a result of dipping a tire off track. But keeping it together. Oh, putting two tires over the rumble strip there, and that's going to be a 0 for that zone there, but still able to hold it together, keep his car on track and somehow online. Not an easy thing to do. So he puts his bumper right on the wall. Similac sucking up right to his door across the line. Wow, what a battle from these two drivers. Awesome, awesome battle. Surprised that Jay Eden was able to keep himself composed as much as he was going off track like that. These rumble strips here are very, very, very difficult to deal with, and that says a lot for him to be able to keep it together, even going off track like that. But there you have it. So like we'll get the win, and I do assume that did come down to Jay Eden just going a little bit off track. Little tiny errors like that, you know, just going a little wide can be your demise in any competition, not just competitions here at ADL. But up next, we got the very last battle of Group B, and then we will have Group C come in. We're going to have Ben against Time Flies in our next battle. And then for Group C, you're going to be seeing Dosai Crew against Rambo. Then you're going to see Murph Terps against Brandon, Shorten, and then you're going to see Free Trial against Jones. Ben making his way to the line, and that is 14. Doing a little bit of a burnout there to get his tires a little warm. We did just get an update to our tires, so they do handle differently when they are warm compared to cold. Here we go. Drivers are off. Ben in the lead in the S14. Time in the chase in the Mustang. Ben with a really good initiation. Time having to cut the woo, snappy transition there from Ben. What a flick that was. Time sticking right close to him though. Or trying to stick right close to him, I'm sorry. As they make their way to the very tight hairpin section of the track. Time doing everything he can to not make contact with Ben there. Ben slowly making his way outside the outside zone. Time, whoa, almost getting in front of him. Really hard on the brakes to avoid from getting surging in front of Ben there. Good job on both drivers' parts. Ben doing a little bit of a 360 there. Make his way back to the line. Alright, here we are. Driver's getting flipped around. Ty will lead this time. Ben will chase. And here we go. Drivers are off. Ty in the lead this time. Big initiation there from Ty. Ben sticking it right to his door though. Oh, bumping him on transition. Oh, bumping him again. Just being a little too aggressive, Ben is in the chase. What a mess this second run is here. Ty looking like he is glitching hard. All right, they will make their way back over to the driver model to see who the winner will be of their battle. Whose fault will it come down to for the contact made in outside 3? That is all it will come down to for this call. And there you go. Ty will get the win. Ben just being a little too aggressive in the chase. Ended up taking himself out of the competition. But like I said, that S14 is super gripped up on this track. Super gripped up on a lot of tracks, actually. But very unfortunate for Ben. Sucks, man. Hope to see you in the next comp. But like I said, that's going to do it for Group B. Now we're going to have Group C come in. Like I said before, Group C is going to be Dosai Crew, Rambo, Murph, Terps, Brandon Shorten, Free Trial, and D. Jones. And as usual, when the last guy joins in, that will be when we will start sending them. You guys, one more flyby of the track here. Blue line for initiation. Not supposed to cross it. We are allowing drivers to put one tire over just because we are in street cars and this track is really mainly a pro car track. And then we got a long outside sweeper here. We want to see drivers go all the way out to the edge of that track. Flick back hard over to this side, to this outside touch and go to an inside clip. We don't want to see the lead car too close to the rumble strips. We want to see him pretty much just go right over top of this white box here to this outside touch and go. Like I said before, flick all the way across the track out to this black, these black marks on the track to this outside zone here. And then a huge decel for this section here to this outside zone. Lots of angle through there. Outside touch and go here to a bit awkward, to say, for lack of better words, wall ride. to a very small outside zone. Very hard to get your car into it to the line. Drivers are already joining in. Rambo putting down some practice laps as he waits for the other drivers to join in. Brandon Shorten in the C5. Seems as though the C5 has sound this time. Very weird. Not quite sure what the issue was before. Maybe some of the drivers reset the sounds themselves on their end, because that is something you can do in Assetto, is you can change the sound of whatever car you want to, and it will not give you a connection issue to join into servers. So maybe they just swapped them on their side and my game is not reading it the same as theirs. That is the only conclusion I can come to. Could be false. Could just be Assetto being weird like it usually is, because if you play Assetto, then you should know that Assetto can really suck at times. My favorite game in the world, but it is such a pain to you know, get it to work properly 100% all the time. Dosai crew in the FC. Dosai crew actually has an FC in real life, so it could be why he chose to compete in the FC today. Actually a pretty decent car for this track. And with the new suspension and tires, I'm sure he feels right at home in that FC, because we changed all the suspension geometry to the actual chassis of the car, and then gave them slightly grippier tires. You know, because they are street cars, so we don't want them to be out there feeling like they're on ice or anything like that. You know, they should have good amounts of grip, you know, compared to the horsepower. So I think the drivers are really enjoying the new update. I know I am. I love the way they feel. Just waiting for a few more drivers to join into the server so we can get Group C underway. We got 12 more drivers to get through before we start top 16. Oh, and seems as though... yeah, seems as though we are about to get the first battle underway, I think. Not quite sure. The first battle of Group C is going to be Dosai crew against Rambo. You see Rambo making his way to the line, lining up in the chase position. Dosai crew giving his tires a little bit of scrub to warm them up a little bit. Dosai in the FC. I love the sound of this FC. Love the look of the FC. I would love to have one in real life. Rambo giving his tires a little bit of a warm-up. Does not want to get left at the line, because they do have more grip when they're warm. So good choice on his end there. And here we go. Drivers are off for the first battle of Group C. Oh, and Rambo right on Dosai crew's door initiation, getting gapped a little bit there, but Dosai keeping it together. Rambo still able to maintain drift. Rambo sticking it right to his door. Dosai crew still holding it together, even with all the little bumps from Rambo on his end. Rambo not giving Dosai any breathing room. Oh, and it seems as though Rambo might have pushed him into the wall. Or maybe that was because of some lag from free trial joining in. That's going to be a very, very, very tough call to make. Because if that was lag caused by free trial joining in, then it's not really any driver's fault per se, because there is typically a lag spike from drivers joining. So, if that is the case, I would really, really hate that. Seems as though they may be debating that. Nope. They're going to run it again. Or they're going to run it their second battle here. Or do the second run of their battle. My apologies. Dosai crew in the chase this time. Rambo in the lead. I wonder what the cause of that was for, because the drone camera was acting a little funny at that section too, so it was really, really hard to tell what exactly happened.
All right, so just giving you a heads up, Rambo takes that one. That's a reset it back to pits. That is him forfeiting his second run to Rambo, so the win goes to Rambo.
Okay, all right. All right, well, Rambo will get the win. I did not actually see Dosai crew reset back to pit. Actually, I did. And like I said, that is something the judges were very strict on, was do not reset back to pits unless you absolutely have to. So I guess we will not see what the cause of the collision was against, you know, whether it be Rambo pushing him into the wall, free trial joining, causing a lag spike, or what it may be. But very unfortunate for Dosai crew. He was looking really good in his lead, and just very, very, very unfortunate. But we're going to get our next battle underway. We're going to have Murph Terps against Brandon Shorten. Murph Terps in the... Yes.
Sorry about that. Update. So that Rambo is forfeiting. He needs to... It's too late and he needs to go to bed. He has to wake up early. So he's given it to Dosai. So in this case, basically Dosai will continue.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Okay, well, as you heard from our main judge, Dosai will get the win over Rambo. Rambo, unfortunately, having to go to bed. Understandable, though. You know, Rambo does live in the UK, so he's on a very different time frame than we are, different schedule than we are over here. So, great first run from both the drivers. I definitely do think that the issue was free trial joining into the server. Because anytime a driver joins into a server, there is a lag spike, and free trial joined in right as Dosai and Rambo were making their way to the wall ride, and even that split second of a lag can you know, cause you to go to the wall, or cause Rambo to go into another car, you know, or not even just Rambo, but anybody. But we may never know, because like they just said, Rambo has to go to bed. So Dosai will move on. But here we go. We got Murph Terps against Brandon Shorten. Murph Terps in the GT86 in the lead. Brandon Shorten in the chase in the C5. Murph with a big fat initiation right on the edge of the track. Brandon Shorten not quite making his way out to that zone. Low angle there from Brandon Shorten, having a left foot brake a lot. But keeping proximity there with Murph Terps. Oh, Brandon Shorten with a big straight. And Murph Terps put his bumper right on the wall, that outside zone. So surprised he did not make contact. Murph Terps with an incredible lead run here. Wow. Oh, Murph Terps going to the wall. Did he maintain his drift, or did he... Ooh. Going to be a very tough call for the judges to make. But what a run that was from Murph Terps all the way up until the very end when he made contact with the wall. But even if he did make contact with the wall, I do think he will be good, because, like I said, Brandon did appear to straighten in the chase. So it may very well come down to just this run here. What will these drivers do? Both with huge errors. They're going to drive the wheels off these cars in their second run, knowing that they made some mistakes. Here we go. They are flipped around, and they are on their way. All right. Brandon initiates all the way on that outside zone, all the way through. A little wide to the inside clip there. Not throwing a whole lot of angle. Murph Terps right on his door, giving a little bump. Could have been from the rumble strips too, though. Murph Terps sticking it really close to him through that tight section there. And Brandon putting it right on the wall. Murph Terps sticking it close to him. Oh, Murph Terps getting a little bump, but they still make it to the line. What a battle from these two guys. Wow. Great battle from these two. And who will it be? Will it be Murph Terps in the GT86, or will it be Brandon Shorten in the C5. Very, very good battle from these two. The kind of battles we want to see. As we wait for the judges to make a decision, there is going to be a lot to pick apart in that battle. Especially the first run, depending on if they both incompleted or not. And then the second run, it might just come down to that contact made from Murph Terps in the last outside zone on the wall ride, even though he did not cause Brandon to spin out and incomplete. So definitely a tough call to make. I would really, really hate to be a judge right about now. Battles like this are never, ever fun to make a call on. Make sure you guys drop down below in the chat while we're waiting for the judges to get back with us on who you think the winner was. Vroom, he's weird. Jesus. Oh my God. I'm never asking chat to say anything again. Oh, and there you have it. Brandon Shorten is going to move on over Murph Terps. And I guarantee you that is all it came down to, was just that little bit of contact made from Murph Terps. They incompleted him for making contact with the wall at the end of the run in the first battle, or in the first run of their battle. And again, put fault on Murph for the contact made on the very end of the track. But we're going to move on to our next battle. We got free trial against D Jones. Free trial in the Mustang. D Jones in the GT86. D Jones with a really high ping. As they make their way down, D Jones a little far behind. Trying to make up that proximity. Also trying to stay online. Free trial putting down a pretty solid lead run here. Oh, going off track a little bit there. Missing that zone, but staying clear of that white line, not going over it. Like we discussed in the driver meeting, D Jones really struggling to keep up in the GT86. Well, that run was interesting to say the least. Yeah, Murph, I seen that. I'm sorry, man. It looked so good up until that point. It looked incredible. And just unfortunate. That wall is definitely a weird one. And it is not forgiving. You need to hit it pretty much perfectly. Great run nonetheless, though. Everything else aside from that little tap was perfect. All right, here we go. Drivers getting flipped around. D Jones in the GT86 in the lead against free trial in the chase, the Mustang. Here we go. They are off. And free trial was smart. He would stick a little bit back from D Jones due to his ping. And it seems that that is what he is doing. D Jones with a really good initiation. Really fast car, it seems. He has a lot of grip there. Free trial surging hard on the brakes to avoid contact. Oh, free trial with a huge straight in. Very unfortunate. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Drone camera being super weird. Here we go as the drivers are coming down, or coming around the last zone here. What are the judges going to decide on this one? Will it be D Jones in the GT86 or will it be free trial in the Mustang? Definitely lots of things to pick apart, lots of corrections and errors made from both these drivers, but they both made it to the line nonetheless. Both times. No spin outs, no anything like that, so it's always good to see. However, I do think that it may very well go OMT due to D Jones having pretty much an inactive chase in the first run and free trial straightening in the chase in his chase run. So could very well go OMT. Could be our first OMT of the day. We shall see though. Unless the judges happen to see something that I missed. I do not go back and rewind the live stream at all while I'm commentating. Just too much to do. So we will wait. And there you go. D Jones will move on over free trial. Maybe because D Jones just never straightened anywhere in his run. And not in completing in his run at all. Is that a... Not quite sure if that's an OMT or what. I think the judge just got a little bit confused on which button to hit, but I do think that D Jones is still the winner, I believe, at least. If nobody comes in here with me, then that is most likely the case. Judge just hit the wrong button by mistake, raising the other hand. But that's going to do it for Group C. We are going to get Group D in here underway. And then after Group D, we're going to take a short break to allow Group A for round 2. We're only going to have 2 groups in Group A, or round 2, Group A and Group B. And we're going to take a small break, probably about a 2-3 minute break to allow the drivers to rejoin, get a couple practice laps in, allow our judges to use the bathroom, get drinks, whatever they may need to do. So we got 6 more drivers to get through. We got 3 more battles before, like I said, we take a small break before we move on to round 2, the top 16. All right, and then Group D is going to consist of Swangen, Josh Oxley, Vroom, who, as you guys all know, is my other commentator, against Demoda. And then we're going to have Jack Slaps against Miles Skids. And Vroom, depending on if he makes it to round 2 or not, he will be jumping in here to commentate with me after all is said and done. Like I said, that is if and only if he does not move on to round 2, he will be joining in here with us to finish commentating with me. Josh Oxley looking like he has a good ping this time. His driver name is Yellow, which means he doesn't have that bad of a connection. Let's see what kind of run he's able to put down. Give you guys some cinematic angles here. What a great run there from Josh Oxley. That R34, yes, that R34 is very, very good looking. We got Swinging doing a burnout here. Oh, and it seems as though this is going to be our first battle here. We got Swinging against Josh Oxley for first battle of Group D. They are ready to go. All right, here we go. They are off. Swinging in the Super in the lead, and Josh Oxley in the R34 in the chase. Josh Oxley always in the R34. He really loves that car, has a good connection with that car. Swinging really shallow on that first outside zone. Josh Oxley hitting it just as he should. Oh, and Swinging going on the rumble strip there. Love the limiter sound of that Supra. Oh, and Swinging making contact with the wall and resetting back to pits, and that will do it for him. That is an automatic disqualification So very unfortunate for him, but that's gonna do it. Resetting back to pits is the quickest way to remove yourself from the competition. And that is exactly what he did. So the win will go to Josh Oxley. And there he goes, leaving the server. He knows he made a huge mistake. Now, had Josh Oxley reset back to pits as well by mistake, then they would have went ahead and did either their second battle, or they would have just been jumped off their first one. But seeing as though Swinging went back to pits himself, and only by himself. Yep, I know Josh gets the win.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Very unfortunate circumstances to win under, but that's how it is. We don't want drivers to lose that way, but we made it very clear to them that if they reset back to pits, then they pretty much remove themselves from the competition. So very unfortunate circumstances. I hate it for him, but rules are rules, and sucks. It really sucks. I hate it, but like I said, that's the way it is. All right, we got our next battle up there. We got Vroom against Demoda. We got my other commentator, as you guys all know, against one of our very own managers here at ADL. Let's see what these two drivers can do. Vroom with a pretty solid initiation there. Could have been a little bit deeper in that zone, but still, nonetheless, putting on a really good line here. Demoda, and he over-rotating and causing Demoda to have to slow way down and causing Demoda to over-rotate. I do believe that will be fault on Vroom, as both drivers come to the line and they drive back to the start line for their second run of their battle. Very unfortunate for Vroom. I know I wanted to see him do well today, and he did have a very good line up until that section of the track there. That is a really hard, that little extended section of this track is very challenging, and believe it or not, that is actually very easy to do. So all right, here we go. Drivers are flipped around. We got Demoda in the lead this time, and Vroom in the chase. Drivers are off. Here we go. Demoda initiates. Big flick from Demoda. Vroom trying to do what he can to stick close. Cutting track a little bit there. Vroom surging up, getting really close to Demoda. Demoda putting this car exactly where he needs to, doing exactly what he needs to. Really solid lead line here from Demoda. Vroom also not doing too bad of a job in the chase. Just a little too inside of Demoda there. Demoda with a outstanding wall ride. What a run from Demoda. All right, as they line up to get the decision for who the winner will be. Vroom inching closer and closer and closer, really testing his luck here. Really testing his luck. He needs to stop taking lessons from Time Flies, as Time Flies' favorite thing to do. He spends way too much time in the PDS Discord. I can already see it. All right, and there you have it. Demoda will move on to the top 16, and Vroom will be eliminated. But I do believe that that will not be the end of all you see from Vroom today. He should be joining us here in the commentator's booth here very, very shortly. Hopefully, at least, if he doesn't have anything he needs to take care of. And we have one last battle of round one, and it is going to be Jack Slaps against Miles Skids. And look at that, both drivers are already at the line here. We got Jack against Mile. Jack in the C5, Mile Skids in the S15. Here we go, making their way down the run-up. Drivers initiate. Huge track cut from both drivers. Oh, and Jack just not quite sure what happened there. You know, I drove with him in practice a good bit this week, and he didn't make any errors like that in practice, so it's got to be the nerves getting to him. Very unfortunate. Miles sticking super close to him, even through all the errors. Wow. Interesting run. That's all I have to say about that. Is an interesting run. I hate that for Jack because I do know how much time he spent in that practice server all week. And that's something you just really hate to see. Hurt your heart for the drivers. Just very, very unfortunate. But this track is not easy, and it's not forgiving. Any little tiny slip up will absolutely just completely ruin your run, especially in street cars. Pro cars, it's a little more forgiving because you actually have the power to get yourself out of trouble. Not so much in street cars, though. But here we go. Drivers are flipped back around at the line. Miles Skids will lead this time, and Jax will chase. Here we go. Miles initiates. Oh, Miles with it off track with a straighten before, though. So I do believe that we just may very well see our very first OMT of the day. Surprised if it does happen. Surprised that it came this far into the competition. We usually have quite a few of them a day, so just have to see what the judges say. And Miles not resetting, actually. Just coming back over to the driver model to wait for the decision made. Will it be an OMT? Will it be Miles Skids? Or will it be Jax? There we have it. We got our very first OMT of the day. Came in the very last battle of round 1. I wonder if Vroom will be joining us in the commentator's booth at all today. Nope, it seems as though he has disconnected from Discord, so we will not be seeing Vroom today at all, unfortunately. But here we go. We have an OMT. We got Jax against Miles Skids. Light goes green and the drivers are off. All right, there we go. Jax initiates. A lot better initiation there from Jax. That's the guy I was used to seeing there in practice. Oh, big angle there from Jax on that outside zone. Miles Skids missing that zone completely, but still holding together, maintaining his drift. Let's see if he can put it right on Jack's door across the line, and he does. Give him a little bump there across the line. Much better run from these two. Very happy to see them do an OMT. So they make their way back to the start line to get flipped around. All right, this time around, Miles will give lead. Jax will give chase. All right, here we go. Making their way down the run up, and they initiate. Good initiation there from Miles. Could have been a little deeper to that section. Fairly good nonetheless. Looks like Jax has struggled a little bit in the chase to keep his proximity. I know that S15 is really gripped up here. Let's see if he can put it to his door across this, or in this last. Oh, and he makes contact. Oof. Huge error there from Jax. Hate to see it. And I do believe that that will be the end of it for him. But we shall see what the judges say. Maybe they caught something in the first run that, you know, I did not. But we shall see when the judges get back with us on who the winner is. Is it going to be Jackson the C5, or is it going to be Miles in the S15? Love the body kit on the C5. Not very extravagant or anything like that. Just a little bit widened with some fender flares. Looks really good, I think. Body kit on the S15 also looks very, very, very good. Right. Judges are definitely deliberating on this one. Who are they going to call the winner? Who will move on to round two? It's going to be Miles Skids in the S15. Very unfortunate for Jax. But nonetheless, very happy to see a bunch of C&DS guys come out and compete in the ADL comp today. Love seeing that. Love seeing other Discords and organizers as well. C&DS also host competitions. You guys be sure to go over there and check them out. From what I hear, I've never competed in one of their competitions, but I do hear that they are very, very good. So be sure to head over there, check them out. You know, since they're coming out here supporting us, competing here, it's awesome. I love the community here. It's I don't know, it's great. But anyway, we are going to go to a quick commercial break. When we get back, we're going to have the top 16, and the top 16 will be Albert, Mikko, Goodlad, Shmay, Dave, Ray Ruiz, Similac, Time Flies, Ginge, Dosai Crew, Brandon Shorten, D Jones, Smeech, Squirp, Demoda, and Miles Skids. But we will see you guys when we return. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will return shortly. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are in the top 16 now. And our very first battle of the top 16 is going to be Albert against Mikko. Now, this should be a very good battle, I think, at least. Both very good drivers. All right, both drivers at the line. Albert, I'm sorry, in the Supra. Mikko also in the Supra. Here we go, drivers are off. Big initiation there from Albert. Mikko right on him though. Falling a little bit behind though on the transition. Both drivers putting down really good runs here. Albert, throwing kind of a backy into that section there. Mikko avoiding contact with him though. Both drivers holding it together. Very good job from both guys. Albert making contact with the wall right at the line. Very, very good run to start the top 16. Let's see if they can continue that into their next run. Personally, the Supra is definitely my car of choice for this track here. Just felt the best to me, at least. GT86 also felt super, super good here. But here we go, drivers are flipped around as we wait for this light to go green to send them away. And they are off. Mikko in the lead this time. Albert in the chase. Albert right on him. Mikko with a great initiation. Mikko pulling a little bit of a gap there, but Albert making it back up very quickly. Both these drivers very, very, very good. Mikko right on the edge of that white line. Great runs from both these drivers so far. So they both put it on the wall. Albert right on his door across the line. What a battle from these two drivers. What a chase there from Albert, or Braden Swan as you see his name there. Wow. Great, great runs. Awesome runs. Another battle that I would seriously hate to be a judge on. Albert making contact with the wall at the end of his lead run, but not unsettling him too much. He still was able to maintain drift and keep everything together. But both drivers doing a fantastic job, doing exactly what they needed to do, and putting on a show for all you guys out there to watch. Judges, I'm sure, are going to take their time on this one, as there is quite a bit to pick apart there. What are they going to say? I would ask chat, but there we go. We got it. Mikko is the winner. I'm assuming because of the very small wall tap from Albert at the very end of his lead run. Sucks to see when you put in a really good run all the way up into that point, but that wall is not fun. It's nobody's friend. Here we go. We got Good Lad against Shmay. Good Lad in the Mustang. Shmay also in the Mustang. Let's see what the outcome is. Good Lad with a big flick on initiation, going a little wide there, but keeping it on track. Holding it together. Pretty solid lead run here. Lead line from, going a little wide there. Good Lad does. Shmay avoiding contact with him. Good Lad with a great wall ride, though. Wow, what a wall ride there from Good Lad. Love to see it. As the drivers make their way back to the start line. Got word from Vroom as well that he will not be joining us in the commentator's booth for the rest of the duration of the competition. He had to get off the PC, but I'm sure we'll be seeing him in the next competition because it will be a pro comp, and I believe he said he only wanted to compete in the street comps, so we may see him next comp. Not quite sure yet. He may also compete because he just got a new wheel. Not positive, but we'll see him again, I'm sure. But here we go. We got Shmay in the lead this time. Good Lad in the chase. Shmay with a big initiation all the way out to the edge of that zone. Good Lad getting very close to him there in that section, in that outside zone. Avoiding contact with him, though. Shmay with a really, really solid lead run here. Good Lad making contact with him. Hard on the brakes. Shmay keeping it together and finishing out his run just like we like to see. Great job from both these guys. Good Lad with a little bit of an error there, making contact with Shmay. Good thing it was on the sim, because in real life that would have been probably very, very bad. All right, as we wait to see what the judges say. And there we have it. It is going to go to Shmay from Concept Drift Series, or CNDS as you all may know. All right. Oh, I don't know what's going on. All right. All right, up next we have Dave in the GT86 against Ray Ruiz, who I believe is, also in the GT86. Dave with a little bit of burnout, scrubbing the tires a little bit, get some grip. Here we go. They are off. Comp is rolling now. Battles one after another. Dave with a big flick on initiation, just leaving Ray way behind. Dave a little wide on that inside clip there. Oh, and shallow there. Ray Ruiz bumping the wall a little bit. Very good wall ride there from Dave. Ray Ruiz was just... Oh, excuse me. Ray Ruiz just got left on the initiation and was struggling to catch back up the rest of the track, but nonetheless did a very good job in the chase, doing whatever he could to make it so he did not have a inactive chase. All right, and here we go as the light goes green for the second half of their battle. Ray in the lead, Dave in the chase. Ray with a really good initiation, but Dave with a really, really good chase initiation as well. Going on that rumble strip there, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. These rumble strips here are very, very unforgiving. Even the slightest touch on them can severely unsettle your car. But Dave holding it together, not making too many errors other than that one. Wow. I thought that wall was going to give drivers way more of an issue than it has so far today. Oops, sorry about that. But yeah, I thought the wall was going to give drivers way more of an issue than it has so far today, and it could, later on in the competition, but as of currently, not so bad. I mean, the drivers are definitely handling it really well, even with the new suspension update and tires update. So I'm very pleased to see that. That makes me very, very happy to see. Because I know that wall is not the easiest to make your way around on. So, for any of you in the live stream that may be a part of ADL, which I'm sure is probably the majority of you, go ahead and drop in the chat below what you want me to set the servers to with the pro cars after the competition is over today. We can set them up for 2 separate tracks, and we will set them to whatever the community wants them to be. We wait for the judges to make a call here. Is it gonna? Oh, it's gonna be OMT. Okay. All right. Dave and Ray will go again. Set it to. I don't know how to pronounce that. All right. If you guys want to link those tracks and track links in ADL when you have a second, I will absolutely set them for that. All right, here we go. Drivers are lined back up, ready for their OMT. Dave giving lead again as Ray chases. All right, Dave with a big initiation. Ray going off track. Very unfortunate for Ray. Let's hope that Ray does not reset back to pits. Dave putting down a really solid lead line here so far. Sorry for the drone camera not working with me, everybody. All right. And Ray did not reset back to pits, so he will get a second run. And all he can really hope for in that second run is that Dave will also incomplete. Right, driver's getting flipped around. Ray will give lead this time against Dave in the chase. Pretty solid initiation there from Ray. Dave needing to make a little bit of ground up here. Dave also probably just playing it safe, knowing that his competitor incompleted in the first run. Oh, getting really tight there. Got a little hairy in that last section of the track, or that last section of the wall ride. But they both make it to the line. As we wait to see who the winner will be. Is it going to be Dave in the GT86, or will it be Ray in the GT86? There you have it. It's going to be Dave. Dave will move on to the Gray 8. Up next, we have Similac against Time Flies. We're going to have a Supra against a Mustang. Both pretty solid cars, very stable cars. All right, Similac in the lead. Time Flies in the chase. Time Flies with the strobe lights on. All right, here we go. Drivers are off. Big initiation there from Similac. Time flies, sticking it right to his door, falling back a little bit, keeping low angle. Similac putting down a really solid lead line here. Time flies with a big flick in there onto his door. Missing that zone though. Similac really good with his throttle control. Wow. Great last bit of that section or that track there from these two drivers. Similac with an amazing lead run there. Time is definitely going to have to put some work in here on his lead to sway the judges his way. All right, drivers are flipped around, ready to go as they wait for this light to go green. And they are off, making their way down the run-up. Similac with a bumper-to-bumper initiation instead of a side-by-side one this time. Time really good through that first outside zone. Similac putting it right to him. Not as much angle as Time might have, but still the proximity is there. Really, oh, Ty hitting the wall. Man, you really hate to see it. Ty just trying so hard to put down the best lead run that he could. So the judges make their decision of who the winner is going to be. It's going to be Ty in the Mustang, or will it be Similac in the Supra? And it will be Similac. Similac will move on to the Grade 8. All right, up next we have E36 Ginge against Dosai Crew. Dosai Crew getting a bit of a blessing in round one, with his competitor having to get off the PC and make his way to bed. Well, Ty tried to help, but unfortunately, he ended up moving the light a little too much, just trying his best. The light was slowly working its way over into the chase lane position. And we're just going to have to get MIA to move it himself. Oh, okay. All right. Yes, I do believe that he is going to have to move it himself. I don't see it working. Yeah, there we go. All right. MIA is going to move back. Maybe have to lock his handbrake or something to avoid it from flowing down into the chase lanes. Oh, and he reset. I think that something might have gotten broken on the suspension or something of the light. Sorry for the delay, guys. This track is very uneven right here, especially on the start. So,
Shift.
Yes.
Little disclaimer. He told me to do it.
Oh, okay. That is perfectly fine. I knew what you were. I knew what you were attempting to do. So, I just
pushed me back. I came and attempted it. Completely fucked it up.
Yeah, I think it broke something on it. So it's okay though. We'll be back up and running here in just a few minutes. Here he comes, making his way back to the line now. All right. Okay. And there we go. Light is reset. Now we can get our next battle underway. Oh, that's actually, I'm sorry. I should have noticed. That was the end of Group A for top 16. So now we will move on to Group B of top 16, which is E36 Ginge, Dosai Crew, Brandon Shorten, D Jones, Smeech, Josh Oxley, Demoda, and Miles Skids. Drivers are going to get a couple of laps of practice here, get reaccommodated with the track again. And then we will be setting them for the final group of top 16, and then we move on to the Gray 8. All right, I think that we might be getting the battles started up here again. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think just quite yet. All right, well, hopefully here soon, drivers will be lining up to start the battles of the final group of top 16. All right. Drivers should be just about done with their practice. I think one of the judges had to go use the restroom or something. And I believe he's back because I'm seeing the drivers resetting back to the pits. And Ginge here is going to be the lead of our first battle of Group B for top 16. And here we go. Got E36 Ginge in the lead against Dosai Crew in the chase. Dosai Crew in the FC. E36 Ginge in the S14. Let's see what these drivers can do as they initiate. E36 Ginge falling a little inside there, but still hitting the zone. Could have been a little bit deeper into it. Dosai Crew definitely having to make up a lot of ground here. Let's see if he can before the end of this track here. If he does, it'll be this section here where he makes it up, and he does. Dosai Crew cutting a little bit of track there to get the proximity back on Ginge there at the end. Drivers making their way back to the start line to get flipped around and go for the second half of their battle. Pretty solid runs from both drivers first half. Dosai Crew could have just been a little bit closer, but overall not too bad of runs. Let's see what they can do in their second half. All right. As the light goes green, drivers are off, making their way through the cones. Dosai Crew getting a little bit of ground on Ginge there. Big flick there from Dosai Crew. Could have been deeper in that zone there, but Ginge definitely has to make a lot of ground up, just like Dosai Crew did in his chase. Let's see if he's able to. Oh, and he surges hard. Oh, and that is going to do it for somebody. Not quite sure if Ginge made contact with him or if that was all just Dosai Crew's error. But either way, very unfortunate for both drivers not being able to complete their runs. It's definitely going to be hard for the judges to find out who is at fault for that because they were going so fast, and the drone camera also probably was not the best. But nonetheless, I do think contact was made. I just am not positive on that, but the judges will review it in the live stream. They'll go back and watch it and see what happened. Who was at fault? Was it Ginge for making contact with him, holding him up a little bit, or was it just Dosai Crew just, making some errors? We shall see. We will know here soon enough. And there you have it. The win is going to go to Ginge. So I'm assuming that Dosai Crew just made an error all on his own and no contact was made from Ginge. Very unfortunate. Maybe he just had a super late transition, which, caused him to go into the wall. But like I said, very unfortunate. Hate to see it happen, but it happens. Up next, we have Brandon Shorten against D. Jones. Drivers are off. Brandon Shorten in the C5, D. Jones in the GT86. Brandon Shorten all the way out to that zone there. D. Jones trying to stay on the same line as he is. These drivers initiate differently. It's hard to get right on somebody when they don't initiate the same as you. And D. Jones floating out to that outside zone there. Brandon Shorten, though, cutting it a little bit. Not getting all the way out to that zone. D. Jones throwing a backy into it. They make it to the line, though, nonetheless, and they will drive back to the start line. right, here we go for the second half of their battle. D. Jones in the lead, Brendan Shorten in the chase. Brendan Shorten sticking it close to him, bumper to bumper on transition. Oh, giving him a little bit of bump there. Not allowing him to transition when he wanted to. Possibly helping him out, though, is what it seems. Brendan Shorten, super aggressive driver. Love to see it. Also a driver from CNDS. So if you guys like getting doors and super close doors at that, like I said before, head over to CNDS and check these boys out. Good group of guys. Very, very funny guys. I was hanging out and chat with them a couple days ago, and they're a riot. Who will be the winner? Is it going to be D. Jones in the GT86, or will it be Brandon Short in the C5? And there is a very bad storm outside my house right now. So if you guys happen to hear some wind or rain or thunder or anything like that, then I do apologize. I cannot control the weather, though. I'm not God. So I just hope that my power will stay on through this whole competition. All right, judges deliberating on this one. What are they going to say? Wow, it is storming very bad outside right now. All right, well, while we wait, I'm going to go ahead and give another shout out to our sponsors. Pure Drift Series, or PDS, our partner. Like I said before in the beginning of the competition, they will be hosting their own Drift Series here very soon with their street cars. So be sure to go over to their Discord, download their car pack, give them a test, tell them what you think. And then also keep an eye out for their Pro Pack coming soon. And like I said earlier as well, they will be running comps on our off weeks. Like you all know, we do them every 2 weeks, and they will be doing them on the weeks that we do not host them. So you'll be having action coming to you every week for your enjoyment only. And just like I said, keep an eye out for it. Check it out. Go over there. Download their cars. Also, Asphalt Tattooist Drift Team, or ATDT. They also have a street pack that's loads of fun to drive. Actually, ADL started using their car pack when we first began. And like I said, their cars are very, very, very fun to drive. They handle really well, have very good tires on them, and their cars also sound incredible and look incredible. And they have a, you can call it a pro pack, but it's kind of like in between. They call it the amateur pack. It's in between pro and street. You know, they got like 6-ish hundred horsepower. I'm not sure exactly off the top of my head, but they are lots of fun to drive as well. They're very, very grippy. So if you like grippy cars, then definitely download those cars and check them out. And then Team Kumidori and Team BDB. Team BDB, as I said earlier, they have released their own street pack. They worked on it for so long, put so much work into it, and they're definitely worth to download it and drive. So also download those cars, check them out. You can get them from the ADL Discord. You can also get them from the BDB Discord, and you can also get them on Vosen. So give them a try. Let them know what you think. And then Team Kumidori, they host competitions, just not quite as frequently. I'm not quite sure when their next one will be. They don't really have a set schedule. So, you know, go over there, check them out and see what they're about as well. But anyway, Brandon Shorten will get the win right in time at the end of my shout outs. So Brandon Shorten will move on. Up next, we're going to have Smeech against Josh Oxley. And then one more shout out while we're at it. I want to give a shout out to ACRS, which is a racing series I host. So if you guys enjoy grip racing of all kinds, F1, GT3, GT4, street cars, formula cars, mini formula cars, really anything group racing, we do it all over there. We also do some dirt racing from time to time, oval racing and everything. So if you enjoy that, then be sure to go join that Discord as well. And we're going to try to get a series going here soon. Vroom and myself will be the ones conducting it and organizing it. So, you know, like I said, if you enjoy grip racing, go check that out. But here we go. We got Smeech in the 180SX against Josh Oxley in the R34. Two very good drivers, two very competent and aggressive drivers. So let's see what they are able to pull together for their battle as we drivers resetting. Not positive what is going on, but they're both coming back to the line, so we should be underway here soon. I am not in a basement, good sir. There is actually a window right behind my PC, so hopefully it stays intact. All right, here we go. Smeech initiates. Josh Oxley not too far behind. Josh Oxley right on him, actually. But Smeech really good through that first zone. Josh Oxley staying right close with him. So happy to see Josh having a good connection to for this competition and giving him no breathing room at all in the lead. And Josh putting it right on his door, giving him a little bit of a bump there. Very, very, very good on Josh's end and Smeech's end. But wow, what a first run of this battle. Man, if only every battle could be that way. But then again, the competition would never end if every battle was that way, because the judges would certainly have their work cut out for them. And we'd have so many one more times. So as much as I love to see those battles, I'm actually kind of happy they're not all like that. But I do love to see them. Right, here we go. Drivers are lined up, ready to go as the light goes green, and they are off. Making their way through the cones, down the run-up. Here we go. Josh with a big initiation all the way out to the end of that track. Ooh, we maybe even put a tire off track there, but wow, what an initiation. Wow. Oh, Smeech giving him a little bit of a bump there. Holding on to that bumper a little bit. But Josh keeping it together. Very competent driver he is. But Smeech also very aggressive in the chase position. Always has been. Wow, sticking it right to his door, but avoiding contact. What a run. Sorry for my voice, everybody. It is still gone from Road Atlanta FD, or FD Road Atlanta, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. But, wow, what a battle between these two. And then Smeech resetting back to pits. Not quite sure why he reset back to pits, but he did. Oh, I hear him coming. He's making his way back over here. Maybe he did it by accident or somebody accidentally pushed the button. I know that can happen. When I used to have cats, my cats would push the button sometimes. So here he is. Good thing he didn't do it after his first run. They were already done with their battles, so no harm, no foul done there. As we wait for the judges to make a decision. Yes, I agree. Both of the men there that just drove are absolute animals, completely in control of their cars. Very, very, very good drivers. I love watching these two guys drive. Super surprised that Josh was able to keep that R34 to keep up with that 180 though. Because I know when I was driving in practice with these guys, I had a very, very, very good tune on that Supra. Very grippy tune on that Supra. And the only car that I really had a problem really maintaining the same angle and keeping up with was the 180. I'm not sure if the guy just had a slightly better tune than I did, but I do know that that is a very, very quick car. None of the cars are necessarily faster than any of the other ones. It all comes down to tune. So all right, waiting for the judges to see what they're going to say. They're going to have to really pick this apart and be very, very critical on their runs because both runs were just so good. No real huge mistakes were made from either driver. I think Smeech, the biggest mistake made was just Smeech not allowing Josh to transition like right when, you know, he just held him from transition for just a split second, and it caused Josh to dip a tire off track and in outside zone 5, I think it is, or 4, outside zone 4, caused him to you know, go a little bit off track there. So definitely a hard call to make. Oh, and just like that, it is back to being sunny outside. I love the bipolar weather here in the beautiful state of Georgia. All right, there you have it. Josh gets the win over Smeech. And I do believe that that's all it came down to, is that very little bit of contact made on Smeech's end. Just holding Josh up from transition for that split second. All right, and here we are at the very last battle of the top 16. We got Demoda against Miles Skids. Both drivers in S chassis cars, 114, 115. Both cars super grippy. At least for this track they are. Let's see what these drivers can do though as they make their way through the cones and the light goes green. Demoda in the lead. Miles gets in the chase. Miles bumper to bumper, wheel to wheel, I should say, on initiation. Very aggressive initiation there from Miles, but also very, very good initiation there from Demoda. What a run so far these two drivers are putting down. Demoda putting that car exactly where he needs to, and Miles not giving him any room to pull away from him. Bumper to bumper on transition there again. Wow. Demoda putting the rear end of that car right in that zone, right where he needs to. And Miles falling inside just a slight bit, but keeping his car in drift until the line. Awesome run. Awesome run. That was a very, very exciting run. Drivers are coming back to the line. Let's hope that this next run can be a mimic of that first one. All right, the light goes green and the drivers come down the run up. Oh, Demoda with a very aggressive initiation. I don't know how he avoided contact with Miles Skids there, but he did somehow. Miles a little wide there. Demoda followed him right outside of that line. Wow, Demoda has to get the proximity back, as he will right here, I'm sure of it. And he does. Let's see if he can keep that proximity. It's going to come down to this wall right here. Miles putting it right on the wall. Demoda right there with him. Wow, what a run. What a battle from these two guys. Man, that was exciting. That's exactly what you guys come to see right there. That could very easily be the battle of the day, I think. You guys will find that out shortly. Maybe tomorrow or Tuesday we will post the battle of the day on the Instagram. But that is definitely probably the best one so far, I would say, out of the competition. And again, no real big errors made from any driver. They were, even though they were as aggressive as they were, there was no big errors or corrections made from either one. Miles fell a little bit inside of Demoda on the wall ride, but other than that, it was pretty solid. I love the reflections of these cars when the weather in the server is set properly. Reflections, especially on the black, just look so good. Who's it gonna be? This is the last battle of top 16. Who will move on to the Great 8? Is it going to be Demoda or is it going to be Miles Skids? There you have it. Demoda will move on to Great 8. But nonetheless, amazing battle from these two guys. Doing some celebratory donuts. Even if I was to lose a battle like that, I would not be upset because I'd know that I went in there and drove my best, and the guy, my opponent just drove that much better than me, or just a little bit better than me. But amazing battle. All right, well, we move on to the Great 8 now. We have Mikko against Shmay from CNDS. We got Dave against Similac. We got E36 Ginge against Brandon Shorten. And we got Josh Oxley against Demoda. All which should make for a very, very good Grade 8. And I don't know if we will be going into a commercial break. I think that we should, actually, because I just noticed something.
Interesting.
Hey, Lester.
Yeah.
Let's let because the server's going to reset in 4.5 minutes. Okay. So let's let the drivers get that much time for practice. I'm going to send it to a commercial break, and then when the server resets, we'll send you guys to the end of the competition.
All right, cool. All right,
Cool.
there you go.
Yeah.
You heard it from the boss.
All right, well, you guys heard what I said. We're going to go to a quick commercial break because there's only 4.5 minutes left in the server. So we're going to let these guys get that much practice time in. And then when we return, we're going to go from the Grade 8 all the way to the end of the competition. Just so that way you guys don't have to deal with the server resetting and me being kicked and blah, 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 blah. So we will see you guys in about 5 minutes. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Please leave a like and a comment. Like I said, post the track you want us to see go to next. If you are a part of ADL, then post a track and track links that you want us to either do a competition on or you want me to set the servers to after this competition today. And that is for the pro cars, that is. So we'll be right back. Again, thank you guys for joining us. We'll be right back with you shortly. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are in the Grade 8 now, so we are going to go ahead and finish this thing out to the end. Our very first battle of the Grade 8 is going to be Mikko against Shmay from CNDS. Shmay in the Mustang, Mikko in the Supra. Cannot wait to get this Grade 8 underway. So drivers line up at the line, wait for the light to go green. It goes green and they are off. All right, here we go. Mikko initiates. Could have been a little deeper on the outside zone there, but nonetheless a good initiation. I think Shmay's sticking right with him, not letting Mikko go anywhere out of his sight. Oh, bumper to bumper on transition, both with a very, very snappy transition in that outer zone 5. As they make their way to the wall ride, Mikko putting that bumper right on the wall, scrubbing it all the way through that zone, and Shmay sticking it close by him all the way around the track. What a great way to start the Grade 8. Drivers are making their way back to the line, and they're going to get flipped around. And we are going to get this second half of the battle going. A little bit of almost a collision made there in the pits. All right, drivers are lined up, ready to go, waiting for that light to go green. It goes green and they are off. Shmay in the lead, Mikko in the chase. Shmay with a really good initiation there. Shmay doing exactly what he needs to do in that lead. Mikko also doing what he needs to do in the chase. Could be a little bit closer there. Shmay missing that outside zone. Mikko giving Shmay a little bit of a bump. Let him know, hey, I'm right here with you. Wow, what a battle from these two. Mikko bumping Shmay right across the line. Kind of combined their names a little bit there. All right, as we wait for the judges to make a call now, it's only going to get harder and harder to make a decision from here to the end of the competition. Oh, there we go. It goes to Mikko. He will move on to the finals, or semifinals. I am sorry. I apologize. So Mikko will move on to the final 4. Shmay will be eliminated, unfortunately. Great battle from the two drivers. Here we go. We got Dave against Similac. Looks like I made it over here right on time. Dave in the GT86 in the lead. Similac in the chase in the Supra. Similac right on him on initiation. Backing up a little bit. Bumper to bumper on transition. I'm surprised he did not make contact with Dave in the lead. Wow, Similac putting it really close on transitions here. A little safe there, as he should be. What a battle from these two so far, though. Dave setting it right on the wall, falling out of it a little bit, having to slow down a good bit. Similac with an impressive job in the chase there. Really, really good chase there from Similac. Great lead also from Dave, though. All right. Drivers are coming back to the line. Here they come. All right, the light goes green and the drivers are off. Similac this time in the lead. Dave in the chase. Let's see what they can do. Similac initiates. Dave right on him, door to door through that first zone. Falling a little bit back here. Gaining that proximity back. Right close to him. Let's see what he can do here. Oh, falling a little bit inside, but keeping it together, avoiding contact. Similac really, really good in the lead so far. Dave giving Similac a bump, and that is going to put Similac into the wall. Is that going to come down to Similac slowing too much or Dave just being a little bit over aggressive? It's going to be up to the judges to decide. What a battle that was, though, up until that point. What are the judges going to call? Mikko has a lot of fans in the chat right now. Got everybody out here to support him today. You guys drop in chat who your vote for the winner of the competition today is, or just who you want to see win. It's between Mikko, Dave, Similac, Ginge, Brandon Shorten, Josh Oxley, or Demoda. Those are the drivers left. Dave has got a vote. Mikko obviously has quite a few votes. Everybody else, I don't think they care. I think they are just trying to decide who was at fault for the contact there, and they put it on Dave, so Similac is going to get the win, and Dave will be eliminated. Very unfortunate due to the circumstances of how Similac got the win, but these drivers won it. They're being aggressive. They're putting it right to their door, and the slightest mistakes can cost you. All right, here we go, though. We got Ginge against Brandon Shorten. Ginge leading on S14. Brandon Shorten right on him on initiation. Ginge falling way inside of the zone. Brandon Shorten bumper to bumper on transition. Ginge missing quite a few zones here. Brandon actually hitting them in the chase, even when Ginge is not. Wow. Not quite sure how Ginge didn't make contact with the wall there, but he didn't. He missed the zone, but didn't make contact with the wall. He made contact with that wall there. Brandon almost falling into the wall, and Ginge putting it in the wall again. Very, very, very unfortunate for Ginge. Fizzle Nog. I love the name. I'm assuming Villains is a drift team. That would be my guess, at least. Drivers get flipped around. Oops. My bad for that. All right, here we go. Drivers are off. Ginge way behind Brandon Shorten on initiation. All the way out to that zone there. Ginge, a lot of ground to make up here. Let's see if he can. Ginge going off track a little bit, going over rumble strips, doing whatever he can to get back up on the door of Brandon. Oh, sorry. Brandon putting down a really solid lead run here so far. And Ginge put it right on him, bumping him a little bit, putting him into the wall. Oh. What an exciting battle between these two guys. All right. Who will the judges call? Oh, okay. I understand now. He said, let's go, Brandon. That's a slightly controversial statement, sir. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, Goody. Brayden's got some spinners there. We're trying to still spin him. It's just how fast he was going. His tires still aren't done. All right, there you go. Brandon moves on. E36 Ginge will be eliminated. Brandon moves on to the semifinals. At least we still have a CNDS driver in. All right, here we go. We got Josh Oxley against Demoda. We got an Aussie against a driver from Portugal. Here we go. Light goes green and drivers are off. Demoda right on him on initiation, sticking there with him the whole way. Bumper to bumper on transition. Josh putting on an incredible lead run here, though. Demoda giving him absolutely no room, not quite matching his angle, but still giving him no room. Josh giving the wall a little kiss there, but not unsettling his car. Demoda being super aggressive in the chase, falling a little bit back there. Let's see if he can get it back up to his door across the line. Gets close enough, I would say. What a great first run from these two drivers. Demoda was so close to him throughout the first half of that track there. Fell a little bit back towards the end, but man, the beginning was heat. Right. Light goes green now for their second half of their battle. Drivers make their way up the run up. Josh roll really close to him. Josh sticking it close to him through the first zone there. Falling a little bit outside of the pocket. Demoda with a really good lead run here so far. Josh finally getting right on Demoda's line. Blow really close there to that section. Sorry for all the weird drone camera movements. I am just so excited. Wow, what a battle from these two drivers. Oh, man. That could have also been a battle of the day. Both battles of the day having to do with Demoda. Great runs from both of these two gentlemen here. Sadly, though, only one can move on, and the judges definitely have a very hard call to make for who that individual will be. There's going to be a lot of reviewing done for this battle here. Oh, I feel like this call is going to take a good minute to decide. I know it would take me a while to decide on a winner myself. I honestly don't know who I would give it to. Definitely not an easy call to make, and I'm sure both these drivers know that. Could honestly go either way. Or it could go OMT. We never know. But I definitely think that the grade 8 so far has been outstanding. Even this being the last battle of the grade 8. And there we go. We have a OMT. And that is exactly what I thought that it was going to be. So these drivers will make their way back to the line again, and now they're just going to drive even more aggressively. Oh man, this is about to be one heck of a battle. Even better than the first one, I think. All right, light goes green and they are off for their OMT battle. Big initiation from Josh. Demoda sticks it right to his door. Josh all the way to the outside of that zone. Oh, Demoda not quite transitioning as he should have with Josh. A little too straight. And that is something that the S14 definitely has a problem with, is not having quite snappy transitions and somewhat of a tendency to kind of have a sluggish, slowish rotation. And I think that's something that Demoda just experienced. Very unfortunate, but that is one of the downfalls of that car, is it just doesn't like to snap rotate like a lot of drivers like. Very good car, very fast car. Just can act weird on transitions sometimes, especially on uneven road like here at Riga. Demoda definitely is going to have to put down the lead of a lifetime right now. Drivers are off. Coming up the run-up. Big initiation from Demoda there. Josh keeping safe proximity. Josh falling way behind now, needs to make up a lot of ground. Maybe playing a little bit too safe. Demoda going off track there. Maybe being slightly too aggressive, knowing that he has to do something to sway the judges. But overall, really, really great run from Demoda there. Josh may be playing a little bit too safe, but with the size error that Demoda made in his chase, we shall see. I don't want to say anything too soon and jinx anybody or be wrong, but my anxiety is through the roof right now. What's up, Aaron? Glad to see you again, bud. Hope life over in Ireland, I do believe it was, or is, I should say, is treating you well. think it's either Ireland or Scotland. I'm not quite sure. There we go. Josh is going to get the win. Super unfortunate for Demoda. He definitely drove his ass off today. But Josh definitely deserves that victory. And I'm sure that Demoda is very happy for him. But now Demoda, I'm sure, will be cheering on Josh. As we make our way into the semifinals, we got Mikko against Similac, two super drivers. Two very, very good, very aggressive drivers. Cannot wait to see this battle go down as they go through the cones, make their way up the run-up. Mikko initiates Similac, making up some ground there. Let's see if he can stick that close throughout the whole track. Mikko door to door with him through that inside clip and through that outside touch and go. Perfect room left for transition. What a run from these two drivers so far. Mikko doing a great job in the lead. Oh, so way up there. Similac making contact with him. Not quite sure whose fault that is. I'm sure the judges will find out later. But what a run that was. You see how things are, man. Things are great. It's comp day. I'm excited. I love days like today. It is good to see. I agree with you, Goody. Tell you what, Polish drivers, they are they're insane. They're on another level. All right, here we go. They flip around. Similac in the lead this time. Mikko in the chase. Wow, Mikko right on him, giving him a little bit of bump, giving him some angle there, maybe even helping Similac out a little bit. But also probably not. Wow, and this is what I mean. Both drivers just so aggressive. They just full send or no send. Wow. Great runs. Great runs. Couple little errors made here and there. But nonetheless, they make it to the line. And it was I mean, a very good battle. Very good battle. Now, I think the judges are going to have to bring everything down to the contact made at the very end of the track on the first run. That's really all it will come down to, and maybe even Mikko's bump on Similac on initiation, but I don't think that he upset him too much. Similac was able to hold it together. Yeah, Nasia, that's exactly how I feel. That is, you took the words right out of my mouth. It's definitely a tough call. Battles like this make me glad I do not have to judge. I do every now and then, but not today. Thank God. see if the drivers are sweating. Nope, just super focused, both looking directly forward, waiting to see who the winner is going to be. Judges taking all the time they need to ensure that they make the right call here. This far into the competition, you really don't want to make the wrong call, upset anybody or multiple people, and it goes OMT. So we're going to get to run this battle back and see it again. Now, last time, drivers were super aggressive on the OMT. So let's see how these two guys handle it. All right, here we are. Mikko back in the lead, Similac back in the chase. Coming up the run up now. Mikko initiates. Similac right there with him. Bumper to bumper on transition. Similac sticking so close by. Not allowing Mikko out of his sights at all. Wow. Mikko right at the end of that zone there. Similac following him right out there with him. Similac stuck close by all the way around the track. Let's see how close he can keep it through this section here. He just glued to his door across the line. Wow. I love battles towards the end of the competition. So much fun to watch. Such a pain to judge, though. Alright, drivers are flipped around. Similac giving lead this time. And here we go. They're off for their second run of their battle. Similac initiates right on the edge of the track, falling a little inside, but keeping it to the outside of that track. Mikko making that ground back up, sticking it right to his door, backing up perfectly for transition. Pretty much a mimic run. Similac might have been a little bit closer than Mikko is. But Mikko with very aggressive surges up onto Similac's door. Oh, and Mikko with a minor correction there. Kept his drift, but a slight correction. And we'll have to see what the call is for that. Yes, Demoda is a grade A driver, Squirt, and that's really all there is to it. He puts the work in, he puts the time in, he puts the practice in. So he's one of the good ones, that's for sure. All right, judges, I think, should have a slightly easier decision to make this time, but we will see what they say. The Super sounds so good. I love it at idle. I love it at limiter. Just a great sounding car. Shouldn't be too much longer on the decision now. Shall see what they have to say. Who is going to move on to the finals? Also, keep in mind, drivers, if you are listening in the semifinals, we do have a third place battle. So even if you lose or even if you lose this battle or your next one, you still have a battle for third place. So do not leave the server, please. And that is if you can hear me. Well, I thought their decision was going to be easier, but I guess it wasn't. Maybe they've seen something that I didn't. Or maybe they're just trying to really make sure they make the right call. Man, really taking their time on this one. There definitely must have been something that I did not notice about the battle. Man, I guess it was a harder call to make than I thought. I think it's going to have to be if they, usually when it goes on this long, that's usually what it is, Goody, is an OMT because they can't make it. Oh, there we go. Similac gets the win over Mikko. So Mikko will be battling for third place against the one eliminated in the next battle. The next battle will be Josh Oxley against Brandon Shorten. ESDA member against CNDS member. Let's see what the call, or let's see what the outcome will be. Brandon Shorten and Josh making their way down the run-up. Josh getting gapped a little bit there. Definitely has a lot of ground to make up here. Let's see if he can get any of that proximity back. Seems as though he is. Having to come up slightly short on those zones though. But he does get right back up on the door of Brandon Shorten. Brandon Shorten making contact with the wall there. And Josh, sticking it right to his door, right across the line. I thought he would for sure was about to make contact with the side of Brandon's car. But he did not. All right, here we go. Drivers are off. They initiate Josh right to the outside of the track there. Brandon Shorten sticking close by with him. Brandon going wide there. Let's see if he can keep it together. He does. He stays on track. Gets right back up to the door of Josh. Oh, Brandon making contact. Josh keeping it together. Not too big of a bump there. Brandon being really aggressive. Sending it all the way. Oh, and Brandon making some small minor errors in that last outside zone. What is the call going to be? Still not an easy call to make. You know, both drivers made some slight errors. Josh, you know, getting left at on the start, having to make up all that proximity. Brandon going wide on the first inner clip, and the only inner clip, I guess. You know, going wide, almost going off track a little bit there, and he stayed on track though, but still a pretty big error there on his end. So it'll be interesting to see what the judges call. There we go. We have another OMT. That's 2 OMTs in the semifinals here. Battles are getting good. Judges deciding that both errors made from drivers were fairly equal. Enough to not be able to make a decision at least. Well, that just means these drivers are going to be even more aggressive now this time around. Right, here we go. Drivers initiate. Both drivers really good initiation. Josh could have been a little bit closer. Keeping a safe proximity and consistent proximity. Maintaining that safe proximity all the way up until the very end of the track. Let's see if he can suck it up tight to Brandon's door, and he does. Avoided contact with Brandon, just almost as he did last time. Just sticking it close. Looking like he's about to hit him, and then just at the last second just brings that car to a halt and avoids contact. Drivers get flipped around. Love that livery on the R34. Drivers make their way up the run-up as they initiate. Josh with a big flick on initiation. Brandon with a somewhat lazy initiation, but he's able to suck right up tight to Josh's door. Let's see if he can keep that low angle there on Brandon's end in the chase. Josh right to the outside edge of that zone, right to the wall. Josh with an impeccable lead run here. Giving the wall a little bit of a bump there at the end, but holding it together, not straightening up, not incompleting, just giving the wall a slight little bump. Add some extra flavor to the end of his run. Right. Definitely still have a hard call to make. That is for sure. You guys let me know who you think the winner was down in the chat. We'll wait for the judges to make their decision. And this is how it always gets towards the end of the competition. The calls just get harder and harder to make. The competition gets better and better. After this, we have two more battles. We have the battle for third place, and we also have the final battle to find out who the winner will be. Hopefully you're not sick it off for the next comp, Hoaxy. I wish you could have competed today, man. There you have it. Josh is going to get the win over Brandon Shorten. So Brandon Shorten will go against Mikko for the battle of third place. And Similac will go against Josh for the battle for first. Who's going to get the win today, boys? Is it going to be Josh, Oxley, or is it going to be Similac? As our third place battle makes their way to the line, Mikko against Brandon Shorten. Mikko in the super giving lead. Mikko initiates. Great initiation from Mikko. Brandon right there with him. Bumper to bumper on transition. Great to that inside clip. Mikko with a great run, but Brandon right there with him. All the way around so far. Mikko giving the wall a little bit of a bump there. Not spinning out or over rotating though. Great car control there from Mikko. Brandon sticking it close to him all the way around the track. What a battle. What a run, I'm sorry. Drivers get flipped around. Brandon will be leading. Mikko will be chasing this run. And they are off. Light goes green, and they come up the run up. They come down the run up. I mean, Brandon initiates. Mikko not too far behind. Mikko definitely has to get that proximity. Brandon was right there with him all the way around the track. Mikko closing that gap ever so slightly. Slowly but surely making his way up to Brandon's door. Now bumper to bumper on transition. Brandon makes his way to the outside zone. Coming in a little bit high. Had to slow way down, giving the wall a little bit of a bump there. Wow. Great last half of that run. Now the judges have a very difficult decision to make for the winner of third place. Really love the update on these cars with the new suspension and the tires. They just feel so incredible. Like one of the members said last night, they feel like actual cars now. Before they felt good before, but they just had a slight numb feeling to them. And now you feel every bit of the road and every bit of the front tires through your wheel now. And they just make for great comp cars now. Even being street cars, only having 450 horsepower, they just feel great. Feel really good. All right, is it going to be Mikko or is it going to be Brandon? Only the judges know. There you have it. Mikko is going to get the win for third place. Brandon will get fourth. Very good driving today by both of those two gentlemen. Yes, third place. Got a third place locked in for Poland. Let's see if it's going to be Australia or Poland for first place. Here we go. Similac in the lead against Josh in the chase for the battle for first place. Who is it going to be? Similac with a big initiation. Josh, a lot of ground to make up, and he surges hard on the Similac store. Looking like he just hit his nitrous button or something on that R34. Caught up quick to Similac. Wow, Josh right on his door. Bumper. Oh, gave him a little bit of bump and oh, just held him up from transitioning. Man, that little tiny bump, I believe, is what ended up putting Similac into the wall and outside zone 6. You hate to see it, especially for the battle of first place, but that just says so much about how much these drivers want this. And drivers are getting flipped around. Here we go. Drivers are off, making their way down the run-up. Josh Oxley in the lead this time. Similac in the chase. Similac right on his door through the whole entire first zone. Backing up perfectly for transition. Similac though, low, very low on angle through that inside clip. I wonder what the judges are going to say about that. Similac sending it right into the side of Josh's door. Wow. Wow. That was an incredible chase up until the contact was made. Very, very unfortunate. But I have a feeling that we are going to get to see this battle ran back again. The drivers line up to see who the winner will be, or if it's going to go OMT. Jackson, I am not sure what the reason for the loss was. That is something that the judges could answer. I am not a judge, so I would not feel comfortable answering that question. Is it going to go OMT? Is it going to go Similac? Or is it going to go Josh? Like I said, I have a feeling that this battle is going to go for a one more time. Well, Dylan, that is something that, like I said, you can ask the judges and find out what the reasoning was. I'll watch it back myself to see exactly why. And there you go. Josh is going to get the win over Similac. And that is going to be a wrap for today's competition, folks. I greatly appreciate everybody coming and joining us today. Be sure to join us again in 2 weeks as we make our way to the next track. I know which track it is, but I'm not going to announce it just yet because I don't like the drivers to know until a week before the competition. But we will see you guys in 2 weeks for a Pro Spec competition. So be sure to keep an eye out for the ADL live streams. And again, be sure to leave a comment, leave a like, comment which track you want to see us go to. Even comment and tell me if there's a track that's not in Assetto that you would like to see in Assetto, and we can work on getting it put into the game if you are a driver yourself. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's competition. Super pleased with how it turned out. I hope you guys all enjoyed it as much as we did. And we'll see you next time. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and take care. Have a good one, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.